Imagine navigating an endless traffic jam without losing your cool, facing a challenging conversation with your boss, or even dealing with a personal crisis, while maintaining your composure. This is what Stoicism offers. A way of looking at life that has helped people for centuries live with greater clarity, balance, and satisfaction. This philosophy reminds us that while we cannot control the world around us, the weather, the economy, or the actions of others, we do have complete control over our choices and thoughts. This distinction is liberating. By letting go of the need to control what is beyond our reach, we free ourselves from much of the anxiety and frustration that imprisons us. By focusing on what is truly within our reach, our actions and our character, we build a solid foundation for inner peace. Stoicism is not about resignation, but about strength. The strength to live according to virtues such as wisdom, courage, and justice, creating an existence that is independent of external circumstances. Today, we will explore the first of 10 fundamental lessons from this ancient philosophy that can transform your relationship with the world. And it all starts with a simple but essential idea. Embrace what you can control. One of the most powerful teachings of the Stoic era is what Epictetus called the dichotomy of control. This idea is the foundation of Stoic philosophy and guides us to divide everything in our lives into what we can influence and what is beyond our control. This discernment is the foundation for maintaining calm in the face of the uncertainties that life inevitably brings. According to Epictetus, the key to a balanced life is to channel our energy into what we can truly control. Thoughts, intentions, decisions, and reactions. When we pay attention to these elements, we gain a sense of purpose and mastery over ourselves. The recognition that our mind and our choices are under our control is what sustains true inner peace. On the other hand, external elements, such as unpredictable circumstances, the reactions of others, or the results of our efforts, must be accepted as something beyond our control. Epictetus illustrates this with the metaphor of the archer. He can adjust his aim, draw his bow accurately, and release his arrow with all his skill, but the fate of the arrow depends on factors beyond his control, such as the wind or the distance. In the same way, we must do our best in each situation and let go of attachment to the outcome, recognizing that it is influenced by external forces. This acceptance is not resignation. On the contrary, it is an act of courage and fairness, a calm recognition of the unpredictability of life. Just as the archer finds satisfaction in knowing that he gave his all, regardless of the target he hit, we too can find contentment in our sincere efforts, even if the results are not what we expected. The dichotomy of control teaches us to take control of our inner world and to let go of that which we cannot shape. This practice frees us from the burden of trying to control the uncontrollable, allowing us to discover peace in the certainty that we have done the best with the resources we have. It is a powerful tool for cultivating a stable mind and a balanced life, even in a world full of uncertainty. Among the great names of Stoicism, Marcus Aurelius stands out as an example of wisdom and leadership, not only as a Roman emperor but as a philosopher who left eternal reflections in his work Meditations. Among his most profound lessons is the concept of acceptance, a principle that touches the core of Stoic philosophy. For Marcus Aurelius, life is an inevitable alternation of triumphs and challenges, a constant stream of changes that we cannot contain. He reminds us that there are aspects of reality completely beyond our reach, and resisting them is like fighting against the tide, an effort that generates only anguish and disorder. In Stoicism, acceptance does not mean resignation or apathy, but rather the willingness to embrace what life brings, be it joys or difficulties. It is about aligning oneself with the flow of the universe, letting go of attachment to fixed results, and walking in harmony with the impermanence of things. Marcus Aurelius invites us to let go of the bonds of the desire for absolute control and to trust in the process of existence. His metaphor of a ship struggling against relentless currents illustrates human resistance to the natural course of events. Just as the sea cannot be tamed by the will of the navigator, life does not bend to our whims. But by accepting the unpredictability of the journey, we find a balance that allows us to sail with serenity, regardless of what lies ahead. Stoic acceptance also carries a unique beauty. It teaches us to appreciate both moments of success and the storms of adversity. It is learning to dance to the rhythm of the cosmos, adapting to the gentle notes and the turbulent ones with equal grace. This lesson reflects the virtue of temperance, the ability to remain steadfast and balanced in the face of the ups and downs of existence. For the Stoics, acceptance is a liberating force. It is what allows us to face each moment with a calm spirit, transforming chaos and uncertainty into opportunities to grow and learn. Marcus Aurelius left us a clear message. Accepting life as it is does not make us passive, but rather powerful. In this teaching, we find a beacon to illuminate the most difficult paths, helping us find serenity even in the face of life's unpredictable changes. Accepting reality is not a sign of weakness but the first step towards a life of true inner peace and balance. Seneca, one of the greatest exponents of Stoicism, left a legacy that spans centuries, offering valuable tools for cultivating calm and lucidity amid life's difficulties. Among his most striking teachings is the practice of mindfulness, which in the Stoic context works like a compass, guiding us to the present moment and protecting us from the agitation caused by regrets and anxieties. Mindfulness, as outlined by Seneca, is the ability to be fully aware of the now. It is an art that contrasts with the destructive habit of losing ourselves in thoughts about past mistakes or future uncertainties. By focusing on the present, we find a refuge from mental agitation and recognize that only this moment has real existence. For the Stoics, this practice is not restricted to grand or exceptional moments. On the contrary, Seneca invites us to observe and value even the simplest details of everyday life, finding meaning in each experience. This approach helps us free ourselves from both guilt and excessive worry, providing a state of serenity that transcends the challenges of everyday life. Stoic mindfulness is also a powerful tool for clarity. It connects us to the simplicity of the present, allowing us to appreciate each moment as it is, each breath, each sensation, each experience. By living with this awareness, we nurture an inner space of tranquility where the mind finds solace and where emotional balance is cultivated, even amid the turbulence of existence. This practice, so valued by the Stoics, is not just an exercise in observation but an invitation to fully engage with life. It challenges us to find beauty in the continuous flow of existence and to build a serene state of mind that remains steadfast in the face of the unpredictable tides of reality. In the next step of this Stoic journey, we will see how resilience connects deeply with these principles, showing that adversity, when faced with courage, can be transformed into a powerful force for personal growth. Epictetus, one of the pillars of Stoicism, presents us with an immortal lesson: the power to choose our responses. Although external events are beyond our control, he emphasizes that we have control over our reactions, a fundamental truth that underpins Stoic philosophy. For Epictetus, true freedom lies not in governing what happens around us, but in commanding what happens within us. While the tides of fate unfold unpredictably, the ability to respond with clarity and virtue remains our beacon amidst the storms of existence. This is the core of Stoic wisdom, the art of responding to life's challenges in a way that aligns with our highest principles. In the Stoic world, the virtues, wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, are fundamental guides to shaping our responses. The practice of consciously choosing them in the midst of adversity transforms each trial into an opportunity for inner strength. No matter how turbulent the storm, it is in controlling our responses that we find the stability needed to face any challenge. Epictetus' vision is comparable to a craftsman who, faced with a blank canvas, paints his life with firm strokes colored by virtues. He reminds us that, even when the scenario seems bleak, we can choose to react with courage, patience, and profound wisdom. By doing so, we not only preserve our inner peace, but also become conscious agents of our own destiny. Stoic philosophy invites us to cultivate this power of choice, not as a technique of control, but as a path to living in harmony with our virtues. It is through this practice that we can transform the labyrinths of life into paths that lead to serenity and self-mastery. Epictetus teaches us that, in the heat of adversity, our greatest strength is the ability to react in a wise and balanced way. This is the gift that allows us to navigate the complexity of existence with serenity, facing life's uncertainties with the unshakable confidence of those who understand the value of conscious choice. In the vast and profound Stoic thought, Seneca's teaching on controlling desires is an essential pillar for achieving true peace of mind. Known for his reflections on virtue and moderation, Seneca offers us powerful wisdom. The importance of restraining the desires that often drag us into a state of constant dissatisfaction. Desire, according to the Stoics, can be compared to rough seas. When we allow the desires for wealth, status, and possessions to dominate our lives, we run the risk of losing our way and being swept away from serenity. Instead of endlessly seeking more and more, Stoicism teaches us to seek only what is truly necessary to live virtuously and wisely. Seneca, by highlighting the value of moderation, invites us to simplify our aspirations. By reducing our desires to a more balanced level, we can achieve lasting contentment without depending on the whims of fortune or external circumstances. The secret, he teaches us, is not in accumulating wealth or material possessions, but in cultivating a calm mind focused on what really matters. This practice of limiting our excessive desires is one of the main ways to maintain inner calm. By focusing only on what is essential, we can find true freedom, far from the pressure of social expectations or the incessant pursuit of things that, deep down, do not bring lasting happiness. Seneca shows us that true wealth does not lie in accumulating possessions, but in cultivating a detached and contented spirit. By limiting our desires, we achieve an inner balance, an undisturbed peace that does not depend on luck or on things beyond our control. This teaching is a powerful key to living with greater tranquility, because by reducing external distractions, we make room for serenity to flourish within us. Stoicism, a philosophy that transcends centuries, finds its heart in a single ideal, virtue. For the great Stoic thinkers such as Epictetus, Seneca, and Marcus Aurelius, virtue was not just an abstract concept but the unshakable basis for a full and harmonious life. The four cardinal virtues, wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, are like a beacon that guides those who seek an existence marked by tranquility and inner composure. Wisdom, the first of these virtues, illuminates the path of reason and discernment. It invites us to deeply understand the world around us and our role in it. For the Stoics, wisdom is the foundation that supports all other virtues. It is through wisdom that we learn to differentiate what is temporary from what is eternal, allowing us to act with clarity and purpose. Courage, in turn, is the strength that allows us to face life's inevitable challenges. But, contrary to what many imagine, it is not about the absence of fear, but rather the ability to overcome it. Courage gives us the strength to face adversity with determination and integrity, transforming each obstacle into an opportunity to shape our character. The third virtue, justice, invites us to act with rectitude and morality. For the Stoics, living in accordance with justice means aligning our actions with the moral order of the universe. It is a commitment to fairness and virtue, ensuring that our decisions respect both others and ourselves. Finally, temperance, the guardian of self-control, teaches us to moderate our desires and impulses. It is through temperance that we find the balance necessary to live with simplicity and contentment. Seneca emphasizes that by restricting our desires to what is essential, we free ourselves from the chains of dissatisfaction and discover true inner calm. These virtues, taken together, form the essence of Stoic philosophy. They're not just nice ideas, but practices that shape a life aligned with the natural order of the cosmos. By adopting them, we build an existence guided by reason, strengthened by courage, grounded in justice, and balanced by temperance. Allowing these virtues to permeate our thoughts and actions is like painting the canvas of life with the most vibrant colors. It is living in harmony with the eternal principles of the universe, facing the storms of existence with serenity and purpose. On the Stoic journey, virtue is the compass that leads us to true contentment, inner peace, and a life full of meaning. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher-emperor, left us one of the most profound reflections of Stoicism: the acceptance of the transience of life. In his Meditations, he invites us to look at impermanence not as a burden but as a reality that, when understood, strengthens us and brings serenity. The essence of this lesson lies in the understanding that everything in the human experience is fleeting. Neither moments of joy last forever, nor adversity is eternal. The universe is in constant change, weaving a narrative where nothing remains as it is. For the Stoic, this continuous dance is not something to be fought, but rather accepted with wisdom and harmony. Marcus Aurelius reminds us that attachments, whether to people, objects, or situations, can trap us in a cycle of anxiety and dissatisfaction. He teaches us to appreciate what we have while it is present, but also to let go when the time comes. This attitude frees us from unnecessary suffering and allows us to enjoy the moments with lightness and presence. Accepting that everything is temporary does not mean resigning ourselves to sadness or indifference. On the contrary, it is an invitation to freedom. When we understand that circumstances change, we find a sense of calm that transcends external oscillations. This clarity allows us to maintain our composure even in the face of storms, like an anchor that keeps us steady. By embracing the ephemeral nature of life, we become the architects of our inner strength. We recognize that true stability lies not in what is external, but in our ability to react to these changes with resilience. Like the stars that shine unwaveringly in the sky, even when covered by passing clouds, our inner peace remains intact. Marcus Aurelius teaches us to appreciate life in all its fragility, savoring the moments with gratitude while cultivating a serenity that does not depend on what is around us. This perspective gives us the freedom to live with intensity and balance, aware that transience is not an enemy but a partner that guides us to what is essential. With this Stoic wisdom, we are invited to free ourselves from the weight of attachments and embrace impermanence as a source of strength. In this way, we find a path to true inner tranquility, a calm that transcends time, circumstances, and even the transience of life itself. In Stoic wisdom, gratitude is a virtue that transforms our perception of life, allowing us to see beauty even in the most challenging moments. For Seneca, one of the greatest exponents of Stoicism, the practice of gratitude is not just a choice but a path to inner serenity and strength in the face of adversity. Seneca teaches us that gratitude is not conditioned by abundance or the absence of difficulties. On the contrary, it flourishes when we recognize the small treasures of life, a meaningful conversation, a gesture of kindness, or even the learning that emerges from difficult situations. The true Stoic finds gratitude in all circumstances, not as a reaction to what is easy, but as an acceptance of what is essential. When we cultivate gratitude, we adjust our focus. Instead of lamenting what is missing, we learn to appreciate what is present. This change in perspective is a powerful Stoic tool for calming the spirit. It is in the present moment, in its simplicity, that we find the greatest gifts. Seneca reminds us that gratitude is a force that sustains us during storms. By recognizing blessings even in moments of pain, we strengthen our character. Adversity ceases to be just suffering and becomes an opportunity for learning and growth. Gratitude acts as an elixir that transforms despair into acceptance and resilience. For the Stoic, every breath, every heartbeat, is a chance to celebrate life. This act of appreciating the now is not a passive habit but an active practice that connects us to the present, regardless of what is happening around us. Gratitude, according to Seneca, is more than a feeling. It is a daily practice that enriches the soul. It teaches us to embrace life in its entirety, the good and the challenging, the big and the small. This attitude lifts us above the fluctuations of external circumstances and anchors us in inner peace. By honoring gratitude, we discover that life, with all its complexities, is a gift to be cherished. In doing so, we transform the simple act of giving thanks into a Stoic path to lasting calm and contentment. At the heart of Stoic philosophy, we find a clear and timeless message. Learning and growth are ongoing journeys, essential for those seeking balance and wisdom. Epictetus, with his words loaded with meaning, reminds us that progress has no end point. We are not static creatures. We are eternal learners, in constant transformation. This search for evolution is the basis for achieving inner calm, because it is in overcoming and growing that we find resilience. For the Stoics, life is an invitation to action and constant improvement. Epictetus emphasizes that we must value wisdom as something precious, recognizing that each experience, even the most challenging, brings with it an opportunity to learn and grow. This practice shapes and strengthens us, allowing us to face adversity with renewed courage. This journey is not about achieving perfection but about moving towards progress. The Stoic understands that each difficulty is a lesson, and each mistake a chance to improve. By embracing this principle, we learn to view setbacks as stepping stones to new heights, rather than insurmountable barriers. A commitment to learning makes us masters of our inner world. This ongoing process of self-discovery and growth equips us to weather life's storms with greater poise. Epictetus himself encourages us to embrace each moment as an opportunity to become a better version of ourselves, a wiser and more resilient version. By incorporating these Stoic lessons into our lives, we discover a path to serenity that transcends external circumstances. Stoicism offers us practical tools for cultivating unshakable inner peace, no matter the chaos that may surround us. By honoring the teachings of the great Stoic thinkers and applying these timeless truths, we find not only calm but also the strength to thrive, even in the face of the most difficult challenges. In this way, the journey of self-transformation becomes not just a quest but the very purpose of living fully.